Are you having trouble in the Fire Knight? Do you not like to spend that much money? Well, I got the team for you. What is going on, Raiders? Soda Dragon here. Now, I know a lot of you guys, especially you low spenders and free-to-play players, have trouble in particular with the Fire Knight and that hit requirement to drop his shield. So what I'm going to give you today is a budget-friendly, free-to-play friendly team that can take down the Fire Knight. So above and beyond your login champs, you will need to pull a rare character and an uncommon character to complete this composition. The good news is you can get rares and uncommons from those green mystery shards you guys get every day in the market. So I've tested this team all the way up to stage 20 of the Fire Knight and it works. Now stages 21 through 25, I haven't tested it yet, but once I do, I will let you guys know. So who's on the team? Starting off with Syl of the Drakes. Her A1, she has a turn meter reduction, plus she has a speed reduction debuff. Now, it is a bad affinity for the boss, so sometimes she'll weak hit, but not all the time. And it's fine because we got backups. And you know Syl, she does AoE stuns for the waves, she heals every turn, revives, she's great for this team. We also got Vizix, newly buffed. She has Provoke AoE, so great for the waves. She has an AoE slow speed, so she does speed reduction, great for the waves and the boss. And her A1 reduces turn meter as well as boosting her own, so she's great for this team as well. We have High Katoon, so she has a great speed aura in all battles, plus she has a turn meter booster, and her A1, though it doesn't reduce turn meter, it does apply the slow speed debuff, so the speed reduction debuff. Remember, Syl sometimes will not apply it because of weak hits, so this is our backup, High Katoon. She can do it on her A1, though she has a lower chance than Syl. But with the both of them, we should have 100% uptime with regard to that debuff on the boss. Next, Armiger, of course, is A1. When you get a crit, reduces turn meter by 30%. Absolutely awesome. Make him fast, and he'll use it a lot. And lastly, Apothecary, his A1 hits 3 times, so it's great for taking down the boss's shields. And Apothecary does turn meter boosting. He boosts everyone's speed as well with that increased speed boost. And he also has that big crit heal, so that's super useful if anyone takes a big hit. So this is our budget-friendly Fire Knight 20 team. So how have I geared my Syl of the Drakes? So here you see I have her in a regeneration set and also an immortal set. So what does the regeneration set do? 15% health on every turn this regenerates. So immortal plus 15% HP, and she also regenerates 3% HP per turn. Plus Syl's passive, she regenerates 10% health for herself and the whole team every turn. So why have I put so much regeneration on her? Basically because I'm experimenting using her in the Harddoom Tower with Grithian, the Griffin. So because he does so much damage, I'm going to need to mitigate that somehow and also pump up her HP to take those big hits, because after a certain amount of those bonds that he gets, those celestial bonds, he starts ignoring defense. So those hits are really hard. So I'm experimenting using her there, and I will let you guys know how that goes. But as far as general PvE content, I would say go with a Relentless set. That's probably going to get your best bang for the buck. Why is that? Well, if she gets the extra turn, because of her passive, she heals everybody again for 10% of their health. Plus her cooldowns go down by 1. So her team-wide, she has an AoE stun, right? And she also has revival. So all those cooldowns go down when she gets that extra turn. So Relentless is a really good choice for general PvE content. And it's also going to benefit your whole team much better than the setup I have right now. As I said, this is sort of experimental for me. Alright guys, what about Vizix? So recently I did a champion spotlight and got on her, so definitely check out my channel and look it up if you want to get into the nitty-gritty details of Vizix. Spoiler alert, she is awesome. And how have I geared her? Well, I put 3 immortal sets on her, so each set gives 15% more health, plus she gets 3% regen per set per turn. So with 3 sets on her, she gets 9% health per turn. So why have I geared her out this way? I feel like for general PvE content, with characters that do provoke, especially team-wide provokes, and ally protect, if they don't have their own source of healing, then I think it's a very good idea to put some sort of healing or regen set on them. So she does ally protect and she does team-wide provoke. So she's going to be taking a lot of damage. She's literally making people target her, and she's absorbing damage from her teammates, okay? So now you can have a healer in the team along with her, and I usually do, but still she's taking a good chunk of damage. So think about that. Once again, this is a general rule that I follow, especially for PvE. Now PvP is a different story. And also, if you have a character with ally protect, but has their own source of healing, then it may not be as necessary to put a regen set on them. So for example, like Krisk here, when he puts on ally protect, he puts on continuous heals on himself, right? So it wouldn't be as necessary to put some sort of regen on him. And also he does team-wide provoke as well. But take another example, someone like Ursuga. So she does ally protect, but she does not have her own source of healing. So it might be worth it on characters like that to put at least 1 regen set on them. I mean by that 1 immortal set at least, to help them mitigate all that damage that they're taking with the ally protection. Alright guys, how have I geared my Hai Khatun? So you see I have her in 2 speed sets and 1 perception set. So she does have debuffs. She has an AoE decreased turn meter, plus she has a decreased speed on her A1. Now that decreased speed is really good and really important, especially for bosses in this game. So not only do I want Hai Khatun to boost everyone's speed, but I want her to slow down the boss. Okay, so in order to land that debuff, I'm going to need her to have accuracy. So you see I have over 300 accuracy on her. So for PvE content, that's actually pretty good. So the speed, because I wanted to go first, she is in the lead because she has the aura speed in all battles, which is a really good aura. And she increases turn meter and she does that speed boost on everybody. So she has that speed buff that she puts on all allies. So she has a lot of good things going for her. If you're going to use her for PvE content, this is fine, a fine way to build her. If you're going to use her for arena PvP content, I would say make her as fast as possible. You're probably going to be using her as a speed lead or as a turn meter booster. In any case, you want her as fast as possible. So for PvP content, especially early game, you're going to want 3 speed sets. Make her as fast as possible, okay? But this is my general PvE build for her. So how have I geared my Armiger? So here we see I have an accuracy set, plus 40 accuracy, and I have him in a destroy set, so decreases enemy max HP by 40% of damage dealt. Now why do I have him in a destroy set? Because I was using him for the Scarab King in Doom Tower. So if it wasn't for that, there are all sorts of ways you can gear your Armiger. So you can put him in a lifesteal set. You can put him in a defense set since he's a defense-based champ. Okay, so all sorts of good, valid ways to gear him. This just happens to be, as I mentioned, for the Scarab King. But things you always have to remember, you do need that crit rate on Armiger. Why? Because he has that A1 turn meter decrease, which is one of his best skills. And that requires accuracy, okay, and crit rate. So he needs to land a crit for that to work. So get your crit rate to 100%. Plus, he does require accuracy. If you don't have accuracy, even if you get a crit, you will not get that turn meter decrease, okay? So you need both. You're gonna need enough accuracy and 100% crit rate for your Armiger, however you gear him out. Alright guys, lastly, Apothecary. How have I built him out? I have him in 3 speed sets because I like Apothecary to be fast. He's almost wasted if he's not, okay? So also notice the resist. So right here, 407 plus 30 resist. In general, with my healers, support characters, revivers, I like them to have a good amount of resist. Now this is probably way too much for PvE. But why do I want them to have resist? Well, Apothecary, unlike, for example, Sylvan Drakes, needs to take a turn to heal people and needs to have a free turn. That means he can't be stunned, he can't be slept, he can't have that turn wasted, he can't be feared. Now, Sylvan Drake, she just heals everybody on every turn, right? No matter what. Whether or not she has an immobilizing debuff on her, like stun or sleep. Same thing with Doom Priest. Well, Apothecary, he needs to take a free turn, so to speak. Okay, he can't be immobilized in order to do his job, and that's with most characters. So that's why I put the resist on him, so nobody can stop him from boosting everyone's turn meter, putting that speed buff on, or saving lives with those crit heals. Okay, that crit heal is on a 2-turn cooldown, and it heals for more than 50% of that target's health. So that is a huge lifesaver, but he needs to be doing it a lot. Okay, and he can do it to himself too. You just make him fast enough. So I like my Apothecary fast, but also with resist, because if he's immobilized, he can't do his job. All right, so that is my Apothecary. Let's see it in action. Alright guys, there you go. There is your budget-friendly, free-to-play Fire Knight 20 team.